Today we're gathering around the campfire with Allison, a QHS admin whose life is as exciting and grounding as a hike through the mountains. But what trails did she tread to reach these heights? Let's trek into the wilderness and discover the adventures that led Allison to where she is today.
Hi, my name's Allison, and I'm an admin for QHS, focusing on the film project. A little bit about myself. I was born in New Orleans in 1968. I have a brother and a sister, both older than I am. I had a great childhood, loving parents. My father, he was an entertainer and had been in show business for many years. He became New Orleans icon for his kids' talent show, Johnny's Follies, in the late 60s, early 70s. He was also a radio personality for many years, and my mom was a model. She later ended up teaching modeling at an agency that my father owned, and that's actually how they met. We grew up performing in commercials, holiday specials, and learning the ins and outs of the trade, which I immediately just fell right in love with. When I was 12, my father was offered a position at a television station in Boston, so I spent the next 11 years on the South Shore, a little town called Scituate, and, pretty much grew up there. Then, my husband at the time and I moved to Vermont, and I had my first child, Andrew, at 22, and then followed 3 years later, just about, I had Michaela. Both were C-section births, and I never really regained the abdominal toneness and strength that I had previous to the C-sections. That's always been an issue that I've tried, exercise and other things to try to fix, but it just never was quite the same. If we fast forward about 12 years later, we moved to San Diego, California. A lot happened during those 22 years in San Diego. I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's, I got divorced, and I was experiencing hormonal changes that started taking place. So what I've done to try to fix all this, I have tried a lot of alternative methods, diets to try to cure the Hashimoto's. I've read so many books and followed different advices of how you can reverse it, but nothing seemed to really change it or help. So I finally gave in, and I started to take medication to help my overworked thyroid. My doctor told me when I was diagnosed, she said, "You have Hashimoto's." She said, "and your thyroid can either be hyper or hypo. You just don't know where it's going to end up. Maybe nothing will happen. It's just your thyroid is working really hard to try to protect itself against the antibodies that you have." So they said taking thyroid medication would help support my thyroid. So I ended up doing that in the end. And I just never, I don't know, my weight started to gradually creep up. But, I also think a lot of it was contributed to stress hormone, because I ended up being in a relationship for 10 years that was just really extremely stressful. And it was something that kind of crept up on me, the weight and the stress and the buildup of the stress. So even though I was trying all different types of diets, exercise, I'd fast, I even tried GLP-1, but for some reason, I'd see like a small change, and maybe I dropped 5 or 10 pounds, but then it would just immediately come back around. And it didn't matter what I did. People had a hard time believing that I'd say, I can literally fast for a week, I'll lose water weight, and, everyone knows that. But as far as actual pounds, it's like, nope. As soon as I'm done with the fast, it all comes right back down. So that's just been the story that I've been stuck with right now that I've been trying to change. So um, that's one of the things I really would like to have just reversed, just to get myself back to that healthy weight and healthy hormones and no thyroid issues at all. I learned about QHS through a girlfriend of mine, and she was already involved with alternative healing modalities over the years and had introduced me to a lot of things that I had never even heard of. Which we've been friends for 22 years, so I've learned a lot from her. And so I was so thankful that she brought me into this, and I'm just so excited to be part of this just groundbreaking, um, man, I mean, this is just something that is needed by so many people to be healthy, whole, and to have that relief that so many people want. And I'm so excited to be a part of it and to just get myself back to that healthy self, mentally and physically, and to know that I'm involved with something that's just so important, so life-changing, and needed all over the world. So thank you, QHS, for having me a part of your team. And I look forward to taking this journey with all of you that are watching and sharing the excitement for life. And we have so many wonderful things coming, and I'm just thrilled. So thank you so much for listening to my story. And I can't wait to hear your prequel and see how things change for all of us.
Join us on the prequel, where every story matters and every voice is heard. Because here at QHS, we're all about healing, learning, and growing together.